Hey lovelies, this is Tara LaShawn and this is my spill on Power Season 4, Episode 9, That Ain't Me. Okay, before I get into it, this review does contain spoilers. So if you have not watched the show, if you just want to know what's going to happen, or if you already know what's going to happen, you just don't care, okay, continue watching. But if you don't want to be spoiled about what's going to happen, you want to wait till tonight to watch it, you don't have the Stars app. If you don't have the Stars app, bless your heart, come on now. I mean, you can even, come on now. You can even get it for like a week free or something. But anyway, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, then click off, come back later, hit the like button, leave your comments. If you do want to hear it, then hey, stick with me. This episode was hard to swallow because I knew it was coming, but I was thinking, okay, maybe this is some additional footage that they had shot. You know how movies and TV shows, they shoot additional scenes that they think, okay, they go into the editing room, they're like, we may want to use this as the ending, we may not want to use this. I thought that was what it was until some jackass actually sent me a link showing the ending of Power. And so I was already went through my little emotional draining and everything, and I was just like, I hate this. I hate it. But I hate what happens at the end. Okay, but let me go into what's going on in this episode. So it opens up. Tariq is sitting here with his counselor. He's having an interview so he can get into shoot, and he's explaining, I really want to go. I want to start over fresh. He's like, well, this is what I see in your school record. I see a smart kid who kind of fell off for a while. I mean, you declined in your school and social activities. And he said, well, my dad was being prosecuted for a crime that he did not commit. And I do admit that brought me down, but I'm ready to get to where I was before. And I didn't even know it, but here James is in the back talking about something. I'm like, where did he come from? He just peeked his head to the side, and I'm like, where did he come from? He was sitting there the whole time? Okay. So they get in the car, and so Tariq's like, I don't think it went too well. And he's like, no, it went pretty good. He's going to recommend you. And so he starts saying, ask him, do you think Kanan's going to come back for us because he thinks we're going to snitch on him or whatever? And Ghost was like, well, has Kanan been calling you or something? He's like, no, I'm just wondering. You snitched on him before. He's like, who told you that? He's like, Jukebox. He's like, anyway, he's like, Kanan's not going to snitch on me or on you because he'll be snitching on himself also too. So he's not going to put himself in jeopardy. So you have nothing to worry about. And he's like, and I know what it feels like to have this guilt on you and having to work through that, son, And they have a little nice father-son moment. Get to Angela. Angela's at home, and Paz is staying there with her since the whole thing with Mike happened, where Mike was Mike was coming to kill her. And Angela's like, I love you being here, but he's dead. I'm fine. It's over. Angela's pretty much like, get out of my apartment. Like, I love you, Paz, but please go home. And then she's like moving Paz's clothes around, or her shirt or something around, and then there's like a stain of blood on the sofa, and I'm like, oh, I'd have to just get rid of that whole sofa because I know that's Mike's. I'm like, ugh, okay. So then Tommy, he's sitting in his car, he's talking to Teresi, and Teresi's telling him about, you're part Sicilian, and Tommy's like, oh man, that makes sense because I can eat some pizza. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Tommy, you're retarded. And he was telling him, go to Kate. And he's like, I want to see you. And he's like, well, I got felonies. He's like, I am a felon. The only way I'm going to see you is if I'm in handcuffs. And so Teresa's like, go to Kate. Kate has proof that I am your father. Go to her and get it. And that's exactly what Tommy did. Tommy went over to Kate's house, and he's going through all her stuff. And she walks in, and she's like, will you get out of my stuff? And he's like, I know you have proof. I want to go see Teresi. and I know you got proof that he's my father. And she's like, no, I don't. And so he starts breaking up her dolls and everything, starts acting like a complete lunatic. And she's like, why would you want to go see him? And he's like, you know, tell me where it is. And he puts his hand around, he did her like he did Charlie. He did her like he did Holly. He put his hand around her throat. She's like, oh, come on, please. You're going to hurt me. You big mama's boy. You're going to hurt your mom. And he gave her that look in his eyes, got real serious. He's like, what do you think I did to Holly? And so she's like, she looked at the ring and everything and looked back at him. She's like, it's over there. She's like, it's in my so-and-so. And so he's like, point to it. Right there. So he gets, because she brought him out his original birth certificate that just had his name and her name on it. So then here's a copy of another certificate where Teresa's name is on there, and he named him Thomas Patrick Teresti. And he's like, what? He gave me his name. He was there. He signed my birth certificate. And she was like, you don't understand. He wanted to take you away because Connie couldn't have kids, and he wanted to give you to her. And I wasn't going to allow that, and I wasn't going to let it. You don't need to go see him. He's a criminal and a murderer. And Tommy's like, I'm a criminal and a murderer. Maybe if he was around, things would have been different. I'm like, no, you'd still probably be a criminal and a murderer. So he takes his car back, and he takes a vial of Kate's cocaine, and he's like, Mom, stay away from me forever. And I'm like, okay, Tommy, you got to kind of get a grip, because there is something kind of weird. And even though Teresi was on the phone telling Tommy, you know, that ain't me. That ain't me. I'm not the type of person to have a kid and let them go. It's kind of like, okay, but Tommy is what? Round enough. Tommy, Ghost, Tasha, Angie, they all in like their 30s. I'm assuming they're all like in their maybe mid 30s. Okay. If you're not that type of person, then where you been, Dad? Where you been, Pops? Where you been all this time? You haven't been in jail this whole time. Where have you been? Because you did leave. You did abandon him. And it's not really clicking into Tommy. Why now? Why do you want to know me now? What's going on? Now you're old or whatever. Are you dying? I mean, why do you want to know about me now? You haven't wanted to know about me the whole rest of my life. And now all of a sudden, you want to pop up now. So it is something fishy going on with Teresi that he's not going to reveal to Tommy, but I'm sure we're going to see it, hopefully next episode, what it is that he really wants from Tommy, because he has to want something. There's something heavy going on with that. And then we have Dre and Christopher. They're meeting with all the crew. You know, they're meeting with the organization. They're telling them, you know, Tommy's going to fly off the handle or whatever, and they're giving their money. And Dre's like, you know, telling Christopher, you know, yeah, you down for tomorrow night? He's like, yeah. He's like, how you think Tommy's going to react? He's like, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. And I'm like, okay, all right, gotcha. He's going to lose it. These two, Sideshow Bob and Krusty the Clown here, these two are trying to take the whole organization, all the men with them, right? So they decide, these two geniuses decide, we're going to burn down a whole warehouse full of drugs. Okay, that's stupid, because if you're trying to take over, okay, I understand you burning the warehouse down, but I would have burnt it down with probably 1 8-ball in there and a pill. I wouldn't have burnt it down with that much product that had just got delivered in there. And I guess they're making Tommy look really bad, especially from in front of Chicago, because Chicago's like, well, the warehouse burning down don't have anything to do with us. You know, you still got to pick up business. It's normal. Tommy's not in his right mind, because he's gonna start it back on the coke again. And he goes through, and everyone's kind of telling him, once he finds out about the warehouse, they're kind of telling him that they want out. You know, we done gave you our money. We don't have no product to sell. You know, we're not in this to go to war. And this was Father Callahan. Father Callahan was like, I didn't get into this to go to war. Got into this for more money. You know, I'm not trying to send my men out there to die. I got kids selling drugs for me, for crying out loud. What kind of man of the cloth do you think I am? And he said that, he's like, I'm a man of the cloth. I'm like, shut up, Pastor Callahan. Shut up. I mean, Father Callahan, shut up. But it was to see how Dre is manipulating all of this and screwing with everyone's mind. I'm just like, no one has figured Dre out yet. Nobody has just put their finger on. Everything has started to go bad from Julio died, before even Julio died. Stuff has just started to go bad. But Julio dying should have been a main clue. You got to look at who you got around you. Why would his crew, why would the Jimenez want to come back and kill him? They already know what the deal is with Ghost. So why would they risk that by killing him? I mean, you kind of have to question some stuff. So you're like, if it has to be something personal inside job. Anyway, so Angela meets with the U.S. Attorney of the Eastern District, and she turns out to be a woman. And so Angela's like, I am so glad that there's now a woman on board. And she's like, yeah, thank you, I'm so glad. And you know, catching Mike and everything. She's like, you did a really fantastic job with catching him. And she's like, I would have loved to have tore him up on that witness stand, but you know, it's okay. Everything is working out. We're going to rebuild our faith with the community, with the public, you know, shake out all the bad jujus the bad press and everything. The PR wants us to go to the Destroy Injustice Gala. And Angie's like, okay. She's like, I can understand that. And so then the woman asks her, she says, so who do you think would be a good replacement as Mike as head of criminal, Mock or Sachs? And Angela's like, I think I would be. And she's like, really? She's like, you kind of got us into this, then you kind of turned around and came back and said, I don't know, you know, he's innocent. She's like, you know, you've done so much. Why would I hire? Would you even hire you? So Angela takes it as she didn't get the job and she's kind of down. So she's meeting with Proctor and they're having lunch, and she's thinking about going over to the defense side to work with Proctor. And Proctor's like, you know, we would be great together. You know, we could do this. And she's like, do you even care if your clients are innocent or guilty, Proctor, or do you just care about winning? And so she's like, oh, this is about the same as working with Mock. You just care about winning and getting kudos. She's like, this was a bad idea. Proctor's like, we would be a great team. Come on, work with me. We would be great together. You know this, Angela. And Angela's like, bad idea. Shouldn't have did it. Sorry. She's thinking to herself, which she later tells Paul, she's like, I'm just going to go into corporate or whatever and just deal with it. And he's like, man, he's like, well, can you at least pay for my soup? You invited me to lunch. I'm like, Proctor, I know you have money, okay? Stop it. Stop. So, and this happened earlier, where Silver, he brings over the items that the FBI collected when they searched the house. And him and Tasha, and they're just kissing, just lovey-dovey, like they just, oh. And Tasha's like, you know, I'm going to find my way out. You know, Ghost is, not Ghost, she didn't call him Ghost. James is starting his new real estate business and everything. So once he starts making money, I'm going to ask for a divorce, and I'm going to expand the weave shop with Lakeisha, and he's going to pay for it. I'm going to open a second shop, and he's going to pay for it out of his money. And at first, Silver thought she was asking him when she was talking about expansion. He's like, I don't have the money, the type of money to invest. She's like, no, not your money. I'm talking about James's money. He's going to pay me. I'm like, okay, yeah. Ugh. And Silver's telling her, he's like, let me ask you something. He's like, when Mike Sandoval had got arrested, you guys, I told you guys, you were the only guys I told. Within 24 hours, he was found dead. Do you know anything about that? And Tasha's like, no. Which she really didn't know anything about it. She's like, no, I didn't know anything about it. No. So, skipping around, because I'm not going straight, okay, because I'm doing something, just bear with me. So, skipping around, Tasha's sitting here talking about expanding with Lakeisha. They're sitting here having wine, girl talking. She's like, yeah, I need a blowout, somebody who can do a really good blowout. She's like, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And she's like, I'm done with James. I want to go legit. And I'm like, Tasha, really? Now you want to go legit? I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way about this, because when James wanted to go legit, she gave him all types of hell. Now she's like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of all of it. I want to go legit. And I'm like, okay, so you want to take James's money, you want to take his kids, and you want to just leave him high and dry. I understand, because he did try to leave you. I understand this. But he tried to leave you because you didn't believe in him going legit. Angela he could have had that life with Angela. So now it's like the reversal. She thinks she can have, I guess, this life with Silver and be free. And I'm like, okay, I ain't saying she'll go digger, but she ain't messing with nobody that's broke, because Silver's an attorney, so I know he has bank too. Probably not as much as Ghost, because Ghost has dirty money also. But I'm like, isn't this just a reverse? Isn't this just a switch? I'm like, okay, Tasha, you could have went legit with James at the whole beginning, but whatever. I'm like, girl, I was kind of like, I'm almost just I'm over her. I'm over Tasha, really, kind of, because I just am. So she asked Lakeisha, she's like, well, why didn't you tell me about you and Tommy? And she's like, what was I supposed to tell? He hid it. He ended up, going ghost on me, not telling me where he was going, not answering my calls, not answering my texts. So she's like, I can't keep doing the same old stuff and expecting a different outcome. So I'm just done. And she meant it. And it was like, okay. All right. So when Tommy is trying to figure out what to do about getting the money for the product, and about getting the product, about what to do about the warehouse burning down, fire department says it was electric wiring. Well, we know Drake poured gasoline on the power surge. Father Callahan asked if there was insurance on the building. He's like, insurance? He's like, no, there's not. And when he kind of learned that, like, Cristobal was like, why should we even continue to work with him? He kicked him out. He's like, you can go, bye. And he told the other guys, be calm. I'm working it out. So he goes to Tasha first, and he's like, T, I need you to start flipping money again out the weave shop. And she's like, I'm not gonna do that. She's like, I'm done with this. I'm going legit. I'm done with this. I'm not gonna do it. And this is when he busts into the penthouse, and she's on the phone talking to the people from the prep school about Tariq. And he's like, where's Tariq going? She's like, he's going to coat. And he's like, well, why are you sending him off? I know the kid has problems. She's like, I'm not sending him off. He wants to go. So after that discussion, he gets into the money discussion. And she's like, no, I'm not going to help you. She's like, I can teach you how to do it, but I'm not going to be in this life anymore. I'm sick of this life. I'm fed up with it. So he's like, so what about me? And she's like, well, I can teach you. And he's like, nah, bye, T. And she's like, wait, Tommy, wait. Did you have something to do with that cop, Mike Sandoval, being killed? And he's like, yep, he couldn't go on breathing another day. And thank you for nothing. So he pulls up on Lakeisha while she's walking, and he's like, what's your rush? Love and hip hop about to come on? I've never seen you walk this fast. I'm like, okay. And he gets her in the car, and she's like, you think I want to talk to you after what you did to me? And he's like, please, just get in the car, let me explain. And he starts off really convincing. He's like, I just found out He's like, I had to go to Chicago. Cut what he was doing in Chicago, really. And I just found out who my father was. My mom's been lying to me my whole entire life. I just don't know what to do. And at first she's kind of digging it. She's like, okay. He's like, I need your help. She's like, what could you possibly need my help with? I need you to start laundering money through the weave shop again. Let me clean money through the weave shop. And he trying to kiss her and everything. And she like, it clicked in her head. No, I just said this earlier. And she's like, man, this ain't even how I'm built, Tommy. You got me about messed up. This ain't me either, okay? You got me messed up. No, you figure it out on your own. So Tommy's just in this, he's just gone. He's just all about everything that's just, he's not focused. He's not focused because he's back on drugs. And even Ghost knows he's not focused because he later goes over to the house to talk to Ghost about the money he owes him from the robbery he did with Kanan and robbing him, and the money that went to what was the cannibal's name? Milan. So he's like, I want you to and he came in and he was just high and he's like, hey baby girl looks so cute. Oh man, Tariq, you make sure you and he's like, And so he told me like, man, why are you coming up in here all high? And they get into a big fight. Tommy hits Ghost. Ghost gives him the check and says, here, don't come back till you get clean. He's like, I ain't not talk to your mama. And that's real stupid. You want to go meet with Tariq. Tariq knows who I am. He can finger me out. And he knows about stuff you've done too. So he could pretty much end all of us. And he's like, man, no, that's my dad. And if you do anything to my dad without my permission, I'll kill you. And I'm like, okay. Like, Tommy, go sober up. Really, really. Maybe your mind will be clear and you will see that Dre is the snake in the grass once you sober up. Because even when meeting with Dre, when everybody decides they're done with him and Dre has taken his whole organization over from under his own nose, he tells Dre, I don't need you either. And Dre's walking out smiling like, yep, just what I wanted. Okay, so going back. James does an interview with Olivia. And they are just, they're going through the old streets, the old neighborhood. He's telling her about the development him and Councilman Tate are doing. And Councilman Tate goes across the street and he's talking to this young guy. And he's, James is telling Olivia, he's like, there was once a girl in this neighborhood who got a big opportunity and she went on to do great things. He's like, and that's really what I want to offer is big opportunities for other people. And then he said it in Spanish, understand. So, great interview. Then he met with Stern and he really figured out Stern really has pretty much bought him off auction like he's a slave, because he's really not going to be getting anything out of all this real estate deal, because this is payback for Tasha taking the money. Okay, so James meets with Congressman Tate and tells him about the contract he has with Stern. So when they're meeting with the council to approve the zoning, he brings it up that in the contract it says, that Mr. St. Patrick and you are, 51-50, like 50-50, whatever percentage they were. He's like, but, this indicates this. And so the zoning committee is like, okay, we will approve it upon a new contract. So Stern has to go back, draw a contract to give, where James actually is now going to be taking a good percentage of Stern's money. And James is like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know he was going to do that. Yes, you did, you set it up. Now, in the meantime, Angela's at home getting ready for the gala. Mock comes over in his tuxedo. Paz is flirting. She's like, Paz, get out, enough, get out, go on girl. So she leaves. And Mock is like, Angie, I want you to come back to the team. I think, you're really good. You're a pit bull. You're a bulldog. You can go for it. And she's like, if I'm on the other team, that you have no chance of winning. And she's like, how would you feel about me telling about the corruption that I went through in this office? And he's like, the corruption you were part of until you felt like it didn't benefit you anymore. So I'm just like, okay, get out. So from this point, she's walking back into, it looks like her bedroom. She's walking back and she hears James's interview with Olivia over the TV. And then that's when Tommy had came in because Ghost was sitting there with the kids. The kids have a school dance that they're going to. Tasha's like, do I have to go to the gala with you? I didn't want to go. And she's like, do you need me? And he's like, guess not. Because he already knows she's messing around with Silver. He know. Yeah, he gonna get to the bottom of it. She ain't going nowhere. Tasha, you gonna be stuck in that marriage, okay? You not going nowhere. So, also, when the interview was playing, way from first season, the very first episode, I think her name was Maria, who they had shot her boyfriend downstairs in the basement of Truth. And James had told her, you were never here, you didn't, and he said, understand in Spanish to her. So she heard him talking and heard him say, understand, and she finally figured out who it was, and she gonna drop the tray full of food and like, she's traumatized. So I'm like, okay, I wonder where this is gonna go. This gonna go back. She gonna go tell her people, is she part of the Jimenez, and she gonna tell, or connected to them in somehow, and she gonna tell something. I'm just wondering what's going on. Okay, so okay, I want to get to the gala, but let me go back to Tariq and his stupidity, because the ending kind of all falls into them being at the gala. So while Tariq was doing the interview for the school, he kept getting text messages from Brains talking about, where you at, we got you cut, everything. So Tariq's still ignoring him. So Tariq's playing ball, and Brains and Big Country come in and they're like, where you been, man? We gonna ran up. We thought you'd be shook as fast as you ran out there. We thought you'd be shook. He's like, why would I be shook? They're like, that didn't scare you seeing that? He's like, no. He's like, and if you think I'm going to go tell somebody, I'm not going to tell nobody. I ain't no snitch. You can ask Ray Ray. I ain't no snitch. They're like, you been hanging out with Ray? You hang out with Ray Ray? He's like, no, I'm just saying. I ain't no snitch. You be snitching, you be guilty by association. So they're like, okay, all right. So Brains and Big Country are meeting with Ray Ray. And Ray Ray's like describing the robbery to them and what happened. And he's like, now that don't sound like two people I know. And then basically them two are snitches. Well, Brains is a snitch because he threw Tariq right under the bus. He's like, that man Tariq, he came, she opened the safe, everything, we was getting it, Tariq came in there, messed it up, so we had to shoot her and had to go on. And Tariq ran off. And he's like, oh, okay, so you had Tariq with you. So you must not know who Tariq's daddy is, and also that Tariq is really cool with Slim, aka Kanan. And at first, Brains thought that Ray Ray was gonna kill him. He was putting down the remote control, playing the game, was finna get the gun. He's like, nah, man, I ain't hear about that. But after they told what happened, Ray Ray gets up, goes to the other side of the couch, takes Slim's cigarette. Takes Ray Ray. Ray Ray takes Brains's. Okay. He takes Brains's cigarette out of his mouth, and so he's looking, and he pow. So he shoots him. Big Country's like, man, it ain't gotta be like this. Trying to run, pow. He shoot him. So y'all gone. So then Ray Ray goes up to the school, and I'm like, this, what kind of school? Y'all is tacky as hell. What kind of school you go walk in, the principal walk in with this guy dressed like a police officer and says, hi, excuse us for just a moment. Raina, this is Officer Raymond Johnson, and he wants to know, where's Tariq? Do you know where Tariq is? Wouldn't you have pulled Raymond outside? Wouldn't you have went in without the police, without him, if it was a real police officer, without him behind you, and said, excuse me for just a second, can we see Raymond outside for just a moment? Thank you. I mean, every school I've been to, whenever I've had to get a message delayed or something, they always pulled us out of the class, or we had to go to, physically, we had to take our butts to the office. I've never been in a school where you just get addressed in front of the whole class about what's going on. Because then it looked like Tariq had really did something, and Raina's like, well, no, I don't know where he is. Is something wrong? And he's like, no, I just have a few questions from Raina, looking like, why don't I believe you? She's like, I don't get it. Something about you ain't right. You ain't right. So, so then Tariq, why he's not at school is because he's at Destiny's house on that lean. And he's sitting there telling her about how he's going to go off to Connecticut to school. And she's like, oh man, I never get a chance to visit you up there. And he's like, well, you can come to my school dance with me tonight. And she's like, I don't have nothing to wear. And he's like, it don't matter, you can come up there. You can just come up there and bring me some more lean. And she's like, I think about it. Okay. And they sitting there doing their little puppy love stuff. She rubbed my nose up against his shoulder, and he all like, dude, come on now, Tariq. So when Raina gets home, Tariq's in the bed passed out from the lean. And she's telling me, she's like, man, this cop, he came up there. His name was Raymond, da, da, da. And he's like, man, Ray. And she's like, who's Ray? He's like, he's a dirty cop, man. He kidnapped me the night Dad went to jail. And, you know, just don't tell Mom. She's like, you need to tell Mama. He's like, no, it's just going to make it 10 times harder if you snitch. She's like, is this why you all of a sudden want to go to Connecticut? He's like, yeah, if I'm gone, it'll go away. She's like, okay, I got you back. So Tariq is on the phone with Destiny, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to come. She's like, yeah, I'll probably come by the school dance. And she's like, tell me about the robbery you were involved in. Were you involved in that robbery? And Tariq's like, I don't want to talk about that. And he's like, what's up with that lean? And she's like, oh, I'm really interested. I want to know. He's like, man, yeah, it happened. I wasn't scared. You know, I ain't going to say nothing, but yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll come through with the lean. I'll text you when I'm there. And he's like, okay. They get off the phone. Ray is her cousin standing right on the side of her. And he's like, little cousin, you should be proud of yourself. She's like, he didn't say it for me, he said it for the lean. Like, okay. So then these two decide, okay, so since it's a school dance, they decide to go. Tariq's walking down the stairs. One of the little girls, a little geeky girl, she had braces. She's like, Tariq, I can't believe you're going out the cold. I'm gonna miss you. Will you text me? And he's like, sure. And she gives him this big hug. And he's like, no, like, And then Raina tells him, and it was so sweet. She's like, this is gonna be our first birthday that we're gonna spend apart. And he's like, oh. So then he gets a text from Destiny. He's like, okay, I gotta go. I'll be right back. And she's like, wait a minute, where are you going? He's like, it's okay, Raina, it's okay. I'll be right back. And so she looking like, kind of like she thinking ahead. Now, Mama told me the next time to watch after Tariq, and the next time he go wandering off or something, to tell or something. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him, because Mama said keep an eye on him, and I need to keep an eye on him. That's my brother. That's my twin brother at that. So back to the gala, because this is when everything hits the fan, because this is towards the end of the show. This is where the real spoilers are about to come out. So like I said before, if you don't want to hear the spoiler, well, anyway, you're gonna hear it this far, so what's some more? So at the gala, they're getting ready to announce who is going to be the head of criminal. And so Mock is there dressed up, Sax is there dressed up. Angela comes in this beautiful black dress, and I have to give it to her, she was working it. I have to give it to Leila Lauren, she was working it in that black dress. She really is a beautiful woman. And may not all the time like Angela, but I think she's a great actress. That's just like, I can't stand Dre, but I think Ronnie's a very good actor. And he is playing that part to the T. Okay? So, she walks in, and she walks up to the lady that she was talking to, the lady that's over, and she like whispers something in her ear, and then she stands back. So the woman goes up to the podium to announce who is going to be the new head of criminal. And here comes James. He looked and he said, oh, and he goes slither over there. Hey, Angie. And she's like, oh, hey, Jamie. And he's like, he did a double take. That was cute. And he's like, I got to talk. She's like, no, 1 minute. And so the woman gets up there. She says, I'm a prosecutor and blah, 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 blah. And I would like to introduce the new head of criminal, Agent Angela Valdez. It was funny because Mock was walking up like fixing his tux and everything. He said that. He stepped back. He said, what the? He said it in whatever language he said. What the? And then Sax is sitting there, and Sax just said, ain't that about a bitch? He's like, I've been spending too much time with Donovan. He's like, I'm finna go. I'm not finna stick around and look at this. And he walked off, and Mock walked off right along with him. Angela got up and gave her speech. So, after she gave her speech, her and James, they meet back up, and they're talking, and she drops the bomb that you had a chance to go to Colt too, and you chose not to because you didn't want to leave Tommy. And he's like, we all made our decisions, you know, there's nothing I can do about it now, but we both live in our dreams, our Brooklyn dreams, you know. And at first I thought he was going to be mad at her, but she did say this, like, he's like, you know, and I know it was hard what you did with Mike, and I know you didn't do it for me and everything. So they kind of had a little nice, little cute moment, and I'm like, they're going to get back together. From that moment, I'm like, they're going to get back together. So she walking away, and he's like, good luck, Angie Valdez. And she's like, thank you. Here comes Councilman Rashard Tate. So he comes up with the young man that he was talking to earlier while they were doing the interview with Olivia off the streets, and introduces him to James and says, this is our new, what did he call him? This is our new community advisor, and I want you to make sure he's kind of well taken care of. And so he's like, what is this, Rashad? And he's like, I helped you with Stern to get half of his money. It's time for you to reciprocate. And James is like, well, I'll be damn. He's like, every time I try to get on the straight and narrow, here comes some more crap pulling me in. Councilman Tate is dirty. And I was like, you know, I didn't trust him because I don't trust people named Rashad. My brother's named Rashad. He always owes me money. I don't trust him. So I don't trust anybody named Rashad. I don't even care how you spell it. But I'm like, what? Oh, like somebody clutched the freaking pearls. So then you get Christopher getting into the car with Dre. He's like, man, I can't believe you pulled it out. He's like, yeah, I pulled it out. He's like, see, they don't think I got this in me, you know. Kanan, Ghost, Tommy, they don't think I got this in me, but I got this in me. He's like, speaking about getting things done, what about that other thing? He's like, going down right in process. So we see Kanan walking to the apartment he took from the old lady. So we see him walking to the door, and this guy's walking down the stairs. Kanan looks, and Kanan's like, dude, why you walking so slow and ain't moving? So he go to he finna open the door, and he just kind of like, He jammed the door and hit a guy behind the door. They attack him. It's two of them. He takes him out like it wasn't nothing. And then he looking, and he like, he gonna beat him up, and then he gently just closed the door, and then the other guy just came and jumped on his back, and he just beat his butt. And I'm like, dang. I hope Kanan don't think that Ghost sent somebody like that to kill him. I think Kanan would have enough sense to know Ghost ain't sending nobody like this to talk to me. Me and Ghost, we done. We left good in a good place. We left pretty good. So I'm wondering if he gonna be like, because he was texting Dre all through the show, talking about, I need to talk to you, light skin. I need to talk to you about that money. Don't make me come looking for you. Devil with the grin. And so I'm like, okay, hopefully Kanan will be like, it was Dre, and I'm gonna get Dre. So my prediction is, when Dre does go down, I think Kanan's gonna be the one to pull the trigger. I think Tommy and Ghost are gonna learn about what Dre was doing, but they're not gonna be the ones to take him out. Kanan gonna take him out. Boy. So then Tommy goes to meet Teresi. He looks at him, they look at each other, and they just start laughing. He's like, you look like an old ass version of me. He's like, oh, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? He's like, how you been doing, son? He's like, not so good. He's like, anything I can help with? And he's like, I want to meet the rest of my family. And I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, so, since they're Sicilian, I'm taking it, you want to meet them, because this is going to be your new organization. Bump all them other ones. This is about to be you're going to make your family or whatever your new organization. First thing came to mind, and I said, okay. And I'm like, Teresi still got something up his sleeves. I still don't trust Teresi, because like I said earlier, you talking about I'm not the type of person to leave my kid, but you left your kid for so long. He's a grown-ass man now, and you want to come back in his life? Where you been? Like Abby said to Olivia's mom on Scandal, where you been all this time, Mom? Where you been? So, I still think it's something up with that. And then we end with, give me a second. Tariq goes outside the school dance looking for Destiny. He's texting her, calling her name out, Destiny, where you at? And up comes Ray Ray. And he's like, man, what's up? And he's like, nah, man, I was just checking on you. And he's like, man, I ain't snitched, and I'm not gonna snitch. And so Ray Ray's like, yeah, no, you're not. I'm just, trying to really make sure you don't. And when he goes to pull the gun out, Tariq's pretty quick. Tariq throws him to the side. Tariq takes off track star Jesse Owens. So Ray Ray's getting up, and he's looking for Tariq. Tariq ran trying to get away, so he ends up hiding. So here's Raina. Raina's walking out like, hey, you're that cop. And he turns around and he's like, yeah. He's like, I was just looking for your principal. And she's like, I know who you are, Ray Ray, and you need to leave my brother alone. And then you get Tariq looking over, and he sees him talking to Raina, and he's kind of like, what? And it sounded like Raina said something about, because if my mom and dad finds out, they'll kill you. I think that's what she said. And I'm like, dang. And so he just pulls the gun up and shoots Raina. And I'm like, whoa. Even though I knew it was going to happen, even though I saw it yesterday in the video that jackass had sent to me, talking about this is what's going to happen. It was still like, whoa. And Tariq was in shock. And he ran up to her and he called her name. He tried to, but she was gone. So that's something Tariq is going to have to live with for the rest of his life, is I am behind the reason my sister was killed, because I didn't tell the truth. And the one time when she was telling me, you need to go snitch, the one time she needed to really snitch him out, she ends up dead behind it. And as mean as he's been to her and everything, she's still stuck by his side. That's what siblings do. Me and my brother mean to each other all the time. We still, You better not say nothing bad about me. You better not say nothing bad about my brother. Because we gonna come for you. We gunning for you. But in this case, she was trying to do what she felt was the right thing and stand up and say, you need to leave my brother alone before I tell my parents. And you must not know, my daddy is Ghost. And he does know. And I don't understand what was going through Ray Ray's mind, because you do know they dad is Ghost. How do you think you finna get away with this? But Raina's gone. Tariq is going to have to live with it. The family, Ghost, Tasha, Tommy, no one is going to be the same after this. And the writers really wanted the shock value from, with killing Raina, because that's what they do. they go for something that's entertaining, something that's shocking. I really am just really waiting for next week. I do not know anything that's really going to happen next week. I didn't hear any spoilers about that. Well, yes, I have, but I have to see how it goes down. I have to take that back. Yeah, I did hear some spoilers about 10, but I have to take that back. But this is like a wow moment. This whole season has been just so emotionally draining to me, and I had to tweet. I had to tweet Courtney Kemp and the Power writing team. I'm like, y'all have emotionally drained me this season, because it has been one thing after another. I mean, you took Julio. You had James in jail. You had Charlie Murphy messing with him. He killed Charlie Murphy. You had Mike going around and, you killed Julio. I'm like, oh man, now you're going to kill Raina. I'm like, I was like, why couldn't it have been Dre? But we'll see what's going to happen on the finale. And I hate this going to be, I'm going to have to wait a whole nother summer until it comes back on. But, that was my spill on Power. Tell me what you guys thought. What's your predictions for the finale? Do you think Tasha and Silver are going to work out? What do you think Ghost, how he's going to retaliate with this? I mean, I know it's already been spoiled, but how do you think it's going to get to the points? If you already know the spoilers for 10, how do you think it's going to get to those points? How do you feel about 50 Cent being the one who leaked it? Now, I like you, 50. I really like you. But, man, come on, man. You knew we had your back. You knew we was still going to watch Power, man. You didn't have to leak it. You knew we was still going to tune in. You knew that. You knew we had your back. We want 12 episodes, too. Heck, sometimes I want it to be like 22 episodes, but, I don't understand. I wish I could binge watch it in a whole weekend like we do Orange is the New Black. But you knew we had your back. You didn't have to go leak it, dude. Oh. But anyway, till next week, guys.